Oh, hermit crab hand.
Hermit crab hand. That's entertainment there.
Yes, there it is. It's hard work.
Big and it's
Look at
hard.
it. It kind of looks real.
It looks weird, that's for sure.
So you had the dummy motor in there, now you got a real motor?
Yeah, we had the plastic one in. We made our motor mounts and stuff off of it. Now we're switching to this. This is just a core motor, not what we're using, but it's a real steel motor, so we can bolt all the heaviness of the turbos and everything down tight to find out all our tolerances and everything before we start really thinking that's the way places are going to be. That styrofoam block was starting to have a little play in it the more weight we bolted to it. So got rid of the styrofoam, putting the real deal in, get everything mocked up while the real engine's being built. It's getting really weird.
Not lining up.
So if we're going to be running an intercooler up front, are we going to be cutting the opening out on the front, put a grill in it? It's going to stay sealed like that? It's going to stay sealed like that, covered up?
That's what I say when we do the lower valance. All the air intake and everything will be all in the lower valance.
Okay.
The top of the car will stay like a Corvair, and that's what gives us the ability to do cool sheet metal down around here. Normally we got to come up and over a radiator and a cap and have a grill opening. Well, this one we can do a little different. We can swoop around kind of cool. We got some crazy ideas. We just got to be able to make it happen. But with not having to have air pass through up here makes it all crazy. So it'll look kind of cool. But then below all that, the air will come through. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Know about that air sometime.
Yeah.
So quite tight, you know, and then especially like tranny mounts. How close was the tranny after you switched it around?
They're off a little bit, but not bad. I mean, it goes on. Luckily, the holes are all slotted.
Yeah. So, yeah, you see this pipe here, you can see it's kind of
See it splatter.
Yeah.
That pipe actually looks better, but I mean, they were both the same, but right here measuring at the flange to the frame, it's an eighth of an inch. I think they look a lot better now than the foam block, but
yeah, you can see that too. Or this one's down. Right here. To me, it almost looks like that tube's going uphill, but maybe it's.
that does look like a kick.
Yeah.
Like a kick right here.
Yeah.
It's supposed to get the exhaust up over the top. That's why I need a lathe. I don't have any of that shit. I need a lathe. I put it all in
So which side's taller?
This side's kicked up a little bit, you know, right through here.
I don't know if this is any higher than the intake.
course, I mean, you don't want them touching, but. It'll be like
I
that.
mean, it's just exhaust on exhaust, but
Yeah.
would go like a paint stick higher or something. I think that's what's gonna be the problem with raising the engine on the hood.
Yeah.
Tape it down, see how much room we got. Shouldn't have much of the tape. Found a lot of shit on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm crazy. I've been told I was crazy.
Call me crazy.
I've been told I've been crazy before.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with crazy. This whole science project's kind of crazy. This was funnel 36 room we got.
You ain't got no room.
Come on, man.
You can see right through here. The exhaust pipe on top of the header is like right there.
See through there?
Yeah, you might be able to see through there. I'm looking right through here.
Right there.
Camera up in there. You need one of them little remote guys that goes up.
Turbo's up in the front.
Eh, you can't really see on camera. But it's close.
You can't hardly get your arm up in here.
Yeah. They drop down on the side of the turbine of the header. Think we could drop a tube on the side, you know, take it off the top, and put it on the side and still have steering.
Maybe, but I mean,
The steering issue.
you see your turbo, like how close it is?
Yeah.
I mean, it's maybe an inch, so what are you gonna get, half of that?
Do a monster cow hood.
Right, exactly.
Road stop.
You might as well just bump the hood up right here, Defender.
Might have to kick the turbos down. You know, we'll put like a, where the headers come and then did a little down kick on them. Get the motor up.
You gotta watch, you want to turn your pipe and come underneath between there and the frame.
That was just an idea. I mean, that's why I say we gotta figure everything out. I mean, that was my original idea. Was gonna come out and come around into this corner.
Should probably go around the front, actually. 'Cause there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Other than sheet metal work, what we want to do.
Let's see if we can, well, the headlight bucket's right there.
Yeah, but you can get between the header and the headlight bucket, I mean the turbo and the headlight bucket right now. If you look at
Oh yeah? 3-inch pipe?
that. Yeah, just like have a truck through there, man.
Holy shit balls! You're gonna have the exhaust tubing coming through on the back side of that.
Yeah.
I don't know, let's let her down and we'll pop the hood and feed it a new cup of soup. There's this pipe came down here. I don't know about steering issues. Close to the old bankers.
You plugging a hole?
Yeah, moving all the ports around.
This is the intercooler.
Yeah, had these coming out here, they gotta come out here. Plug it up and cut some more in it. Oh, you got the old man going on there now. Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Got the old man all riled
Not
up.
him.
Oh, you better bring breakfast and dinner too.
Breakfast and dinner too. Get
Oh shit.
Hey, when it comes from Mark Siddle, it's an old-fashioned ass whooping. All right, gonna
You
need.
get the old Siddle tune.
Yeah. Here we go. There's soap.
What's the point of the soap again?
It keeps the blade clear. Aluminum's so soft and dense that it clogs up the teeth in the blade, like golds it up, so then it don't cut as good. The soap is almost like a tapping oil or drilling oil. The soap keeps the blade clear. It'll eventually clog up because the soap will wear off. Then you just re-soap it and it'll cut good. If you don't do that and you're cutting a lot, you think the blade's dull, but it's really just clogged up. That's it, tape chip. See if this works. Watch your eye. Oh, it'll be short. I just need that. I gotta get it all mounted and figure out, but I couldn't even mount it because these were hanging out. Wouldn't go in between the frame. I gotta cut this one off and move it up too. So this will be in the car at an angle. And these will be coming out, hooking to the turbo. So.
So vibrant.
Yep.
Vibrant ports.
Vibrant pipes. Wow, it already looks fast. Look at that shit. So fast. You can't hear. There ain't no slowing that down, boy. Look at that. Look at that.
Looks fast sitting still.
That's fast. Fast and furious.
Oh boy.
Can't use that. You know that's a trademark. Get this down in there because those side pipes were on there. Still may not go because of those pipes. Yeah, man.
That's a tight fit.
Yeah. Super tight, huh? Frame rails.
How big are those turbos?
I don't know. I don't know, probably 74, 72 millimeter.
And this is all the mock-up turbos, mock-up motor. Just narrating, just saying it was the mock-up motor, mock-up turbos.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be polished, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. We polished up. They're mirror image Nelson Racing.
Everything's still getting built.
Yeah. It's all hollow right now. We're setting everything up. It's a junkyard motor, it's just, everything's hollow. And then we'll get it all set up and nice and how we want it. We'll send these turbos and all the piping, intercooler, all back to Nelson Racing, and they have our real motor. And then they want to dyno the motor with all of our tubing and everything, so that when we put the motor in, it has all the exhaust and intercooler and everything the way we're going to do it, so that they can get the max horsepower and the best tune in it. And we know that everything jives out and works together. Don't even fit in the motherfucking shit, man. Trying to see, I can't get it to clear those little bars. Yeah, it's got a little knot. Got a little knot on there somewhere. Get it out before.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Huh?
It's not clearing the frame rails. Okay, gotcha.
It's these little deals here. I can't lay it down.
Yeah. Cut those nubs off.
Yeah, trim them off, and then it's hard judging it, because we're gonna put a air dam on it with a mouth that feeds this, so it's actually gonna be lower than that frame rail. Just trying to get a ballpark somewhere where I can clamp it in. That's why I say we're just temporarily putting all this shit into place, so that if one thing that has to be here ain't jiving with something that doesn't have to be there, we can move that before we get too far down the road. But a lot of this shit has to be in certain spots. Like this tube here, it's got to come and clear this, but if we didn't have the air cleaners in, then we wouldn't know how much we need to clear it. But then it's got to roll here and the hood shut, so a lot of stuff going on. Got a water neck coming out of here that has to have a water cap, but I got two boost valves going right here, so
A lot of stuff to cram in here.
Yeah,
and this is technically the trunk.
it's gonna be busy.
Yeah, it's a trunk
We're
too.
trying to keep it all balanced and uniform looking. A lot of shit going on.
A lot of shit going on.
That's what I say. It ain't no better than you got the. Sucks thing the most is it's just a hair off from the turbo to here, so I got to do a tiny dog leg and shit,
Right.
and that makes it hard to get it all lined up and right.
Yeah.
In my head, everything was like looking like, oh yeah, that's gonna be cool, that's gonna be cool, and then when you go to do it, it's just something a little different.
It's like you said, if you could stand it up more. I mean, did you try just standing up to see what it looked like?
Well, it's gonna pinch me off on here. I need to lay it flatter, if anything.
But I mean, if you stood it up and pushed it forward, it would give you a room away from here, but it's not enough, is
I
it?
don't know. I mean, I don't know how much movement I got that I can do. Try it. I'm gonna lower it down
All
and
right.
kind of watch it. Push it forward or whatever.
Yeah, like that more, you know? You still
How
too,
far down is it?
not, I mean, maybe a hair more, but that's a lot, I guess. I mean, it's no lower than that, but could it go up that way? I mean, you got room up there to do it, yeah. Yeah. Keep that circle. That's almost looking straight into it, don't it? Oh.
At the vent, the plate, put the
There you go.
plate so the air.
Right. I mean, you'd almost have to have at least a scoop here going in behind the plate to kind of fill that void, you know, across the whole.
That's what I was saying, if
And
the
leave
plate
that.
mounted this high,
Yeah,
recessed a little bit, and we rolled the plate really hard,
yeah.
get this shorter,
Hmm.
and then the mouth is as wide as the frame rail,
Yeah.
plus it's
And
lower.
down, yeah.
It's
Scooping
gonna be
it
a
up.
ram air to it. It'll ram air around the plate. I don't.
Yeah.
The plate would look better not there, but we'll
Right.
try to make it cosmetically cool
Right.
in the metalwork.
Right.
It's just kind of tricks the mind when you got a big old square in front of your
Yeah.
radiator. But
Right.
we'll get the air up in there and around there. Need to hang a plate. It don't even have like plate mounts. I think it's just a bumper mount and a plate went
Yeah.
on the bumper.
Bumper, yeah.
I need to screw a plate in and then cut the metal around it so that we can
Yeah.
see where that hole is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like right there.
But yeah, I like that idea. Makes the thing.
Plus, you
look
can
a little
actually use a little bit of a radius on there instead of. You were gonna have to dive straight in there, but now
That's
you
gonna be
can.
like a 90 on there.
Yeah, but a curved tube. I think before up against here, you're gonna have to pie it into. It would look funny, you know.
Yeah, it'd be some 90s. It's this the part that sucks.
Yeah,
It's just
I know.
half a pipe off.
I know.
It's so short.
Yeah, such a short distance, but I mean, you could.
Sucks.
You could almost even tilt these this way. The more room you get, you know, you just gotta. It'd be less of a turn here, more there.
Now watch. Yeah.
I know.
Radiator hoses and shit going through.
Yeah.
That's why I say everything you think you can do,
Yeah.
the next step says, oh no, you can't do that.
Right. Nice if like you could. The 90 was just pointing this way, but you still got to get a little bit of a angle off of that. Especially if you're going to use whatchamacallit, V-bands on it. It'd be easier if you were using the.
Like on the shop truck, what we did was you had a little leg with a V-band here and a V-band welded on here.
Right.
This gonna be so short you have V-bands just 3
I
inches
know.
apart from each other. So I don't know to put a leg on this
Mm-hmm.
and one V-band, or
What, a boot on the other end?
well, no, if you just welded the whole leg.
Oh,
Pipe
I got
coming
you. Yeah. As long as you can get it in and out, that's
Right,
the biggest thing.
That's all the bullshit part. You gotta take the whole car apart to get.
Right.
It's one that you don't know until you know.
Right, exactly. But at least one way with this up like that, you're getting more air straight across it, I think. Airflow.
I mean, we can try to stand it straight up. It's, you know, it's gonna be more in your face forward. You know, if it was straight down through the body.
Mm-hmm. But even with it right here, and if you were like down here 4 inches, you're still gonna ramp up a little bit. But I guess you're back here, aren't you? You follow me?
What do you mean?
Well, if you're down this far and you're back to here, you're still gonna have a little, you can do a little ramp up to it, you know, it just wouldn't be as hard on the backside.
But
It's probably not really not much
just
different.
we gotta get, you know,
Yeah.
I was just wanting this to be with that bar, which we're below that a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, this side's pretty close.
Is it sitting too low?
Now we're just seeing what all we can and can't do. It's not sitting anywhere right now.
Sitting on the jack.
Just seeing where we want to put it. We got it all cut off where we can fit it in there now. It's a matter of what angle and what. You got to think so far ahead of where you're at. We just throw this in there where we think it looks cool, and then you make all this shit and it don't work, or you do the plumbing and it don't work. That's why I say you just gotta, this part takes a long time. That's what a lot of people don't understand. We don't do this part, then we'll crash into shit all over and be redoing everything. It'll take more time redoing everything than it will to build the car once. So you gotta think all these steps through. Put little tack welds on everything, get it all mocked up. Same thing like we do with all the cardboard. We do all the floors and firewall and cardboard to make sure it's all going to work. And once it's all going to work together, then we can start making it permanent, not of steel, and weld everything. So right now we got all the exhaust coming out of the turbos and going down to the back of the car. We have all that figured out. Now we're going to connect the turbos to the intercooler up front here. So we're trying to place the intercooler however we want it, high and low, and where we think it's going to look cool, and then how can we make the airflow and everything work to it. So it's just a lot of what we call scratching the noodle right now. But like I said, without doing this, you have a real big old pile of stuff. But I think where we're at right here will work. Just a matter of fine tuning the height and the low. And then the guy wants to keep a front license plate. That's our biggest battle. The front license plate's right in the middle of the mouth for the airflow. So having a mouth and a license plate that creates max flow for intercooler is the battle that we're battling with now. Once we got that figured out, we'll make some mounts to hold it where it's at, and then we'll figure out the tubing. And then all the tubing has to work with the other tubings and the dipsticks and the this and the that. And finally, one day, we'll be done mopping all that shit up.
And then we can start building the rest of the car.
Yeah, then we'll go on to the next headache. Right. Well, right now, we've already
That's just getting the seats in.
Right. We've already got a whole bunch of shit in the trunk of a Corvair. We got a lot of junk in the trunk on this one.
Yeah.
So, just battling the little battles, so we don't have one huge battle. But I like what we got going on here. That obviously won't work anymore, but we can dive into that. You know. Mm-hmm. Out the fab, that back side, you know what I mean, where it's coming around and connects into this. Mm-hmm. And then try and get that to land right in there.
Yeah, right in there.
Put a piece on. This will be a piece made onto this with a V-band there. I don't know if we're doing a boot here, I guess, because there ain't room to do a V-band
right
with that.
Right.
So this will have a boot, and we just need a little longer leg.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's cool as long as the hood shuts with that. I think that mount, it's way more doable than where we were a minute ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Good idea on that. But the license plate thing looks scarier this way.
I know.
You know, I was trying to get it down and back below the plate as much as we could, but also was thinking of all the sheet metal. We never got to do sheet metal down the front like this. I was gonna like funnel it down to the grill of the radiator, you know what I mean, down in there. I'm like, that's gonna be cool and fun, because normally we have radiators all up here.
Right.
But still be cool, different. It's like flowing
Yeah,
around.
I mean, you could go all the way down to that.
Yeah.
I don't know how far or how close you'd want to get to that to let the air out.
Yeah, that'll have to be open like normal, but it's not like up here like everything else. It's just
Yeah.
So what I was trying to do is create like a bathtub look way down in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's standing up more now, but that's what we got to do to make it work. So it's got to work, I guess. Guy wants to drive it, I think.
Yeah, driving it's important.
So that's cool. I'll try to see. I guess I probably don't, but I'll see if I got 290s like shoved down in there and get that look started. Figure this out. I don't know. It's like I'll make some little tabs to hold this thing where it's at, or cut it out and make sure. Just like I said, I'll start with the license plate. I'll bolt the license plate on there and cut around the license plate, and then we can physically see how much we're exposing.
Right.
The license plate's like a no-go, it's a no-go. I mean,
Yeah, right.
we said you want to drive it, right?
Right.
But I think, you know what I'm saying, like when you curl the light, like we used to do on the roll pans,
Yeah.
roll the plate,
Yeah.
and all the sheet metal is made to do that, so it doesn't look out of place, but
Yeah.
it is a license plate, it's just not standing up flat, taking up
Exactly.
too much room.
Right.
Actually be rolling back might be cool, you know, something different. We ain't never done a car that has a front plate, actually.
Yeah, right. I can't think of one.
That's the first thing on the custom list, Shane
Right.
front plate.
Right. And no cup holders.
No cup holders, no front plate. This car, we got cup holders and front plate. And junk in the trunk. And then I guess that's another thing we got to brainstorm on is the hood latch.
Yeah.
I was thinking of trying to save this shit, but then I'm like, well, that's just a trunk thing. I mean, it'll work unless it pops open. There's no
It has
safety.
to there has to be a safety because it's in the front, right? I mean, that's the whole point of
Yeah,
the
I
safety.
guess, yeah, I guess.
Because you're going against the wind or, you know, into the wind there. Trunk,
Yeah,
the
so-
trunk don't need it because it's on the back edge.
Yeah, I was just thinking this was a trunk, though. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know where all that is. I gotta find that shit.
But I
Maybe
mean,
you're
we
right. It might have the safety and shit on it already.
probably need to switch it to something nice. Well,
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
massive.
What are you making here?
I'm not
You're not?
making much of anything.
These brackets for the intercooler?
Yeah. Hold them on there somewhere, somehow. Gotta tack them together and see if it's gonna work or not. Maybe not. I gotta clean up the frame too. Look, I got a lot of shit.
Get to work.
Here, but should go down in there. These holes will weld to the radiator, and this bolts onto the frame rail. Right now, when it's a little bit cooler.
You have to do both to figure it out, or can you just
I'll just set
Test that
that one down in there. Gonna go over there and see.
make sure all your angles are right?
So, the radiator's gonna sit right here. Frame rail sits there.
Okay. That looks perfect.
Ain't work. It was bothering me a little bit.
You thought it was gonna be off?
Yeah, I thought it was. It'll work.
Oh, looks good.
Yeah, hole on the bench. This hole looks weird. Like, what the, why is that hole? You know, but on the angle, that's the radiators behind that tab, so it all worked out. on there now, you see the difference in the height. I gotta drop it down a lot, but sometimes when you think, oh, it's a lot, you can just jump up here, then it's too much. So I'm trying to sneak up on it. It's got a weird taper, it's a lot of different angles. I'll get it to where it's on there good enough and these line up nice, and then I'll fab this lower section to meet. We'll come back and cut that whole mouth out. But it's finding that happy little place right now is a little difficult. A lot of obstacles to miss. It's been the case on the whole build so far. So nothing new here. Just looking like we're going in the right way.
Hermit crab hand.
Hermit crab hand.
That's entertainment there.
Yeah, there it is. It's hard work.
Big and
Look
hard.
at it. Kind of looks real.
It looks weird, that's for sure.
All right. All I gotta do is make this fit.
Right.
Back to work.
Oh, we're going to the show. Big show. Big show. Going to the car show. This fucking thing is like seriously in the way. I thought you were filming Mark.
I'm filming both of you.
Oh.
Multitasking.
Oh, this man's expressing talent over here. It's a talent show. He's got a camera in both hands.
Right. You got one sticking out of his ass over here.
Hey.
One of these days I'll have some help.
That's a booty cam.
Yeah.
He's filming you on booty cam.
Good.
You don't need no help.
Need some more arms.
You got 40,000 square foot with 20 dudes. You can be everywhere filming. Super Tim.
I do my best.
Super duper Tim. Alright. I found out where I want to.
Hot?
Yeah, your glove gets hot and you can't get away from it because it's the glove that's hot. Sometimes you grab your finger like, oh, look, now you just push the heat down on it. How will it do? Clean all that up a little bit, get the scratches out of that. Make some adjustments on the next one. It should be hot right now.
What are you trying to figure out now?
Making these lower pipes, putting these rubbery. I put some rubber on there because this is mounted solid on the frame. The motor can move, you know. So you want some flexibility. So these are boost rubbers. They got the reinforcement rings on them, but this rubber will take the boost when it's under big boost. But I'm trying to fit this into my equation here, because this has to go to the hole. Well, the turbo's so close, I ain't got enough room for all of this. I need to find if I can get shorter ones, or what I can do here. Make this happen.
There's not a lot of room down there.
Not a lot of
Hard
room.
to show on camera too. Yeah.
This is supposed to go in this hole down here. Maybe look at the turbo.
Oh shit,
All
yeah.
the way up here, you see?
Okay, that goes down on the intercooler.
Yeah, so it
Okay.
connects the turbo to the intercooler, and the air blows through here and up here and into the motor.
Oh, and you need this to go in the turbo?
This to go
Over
on
here?
the end of the turbo.
Alright, you need a much smaller one. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Now, I can make it. I can make it all hard line, you know, dog leg it over and put a little V-band, but then it's mounted solid. When it's mounted solid, eventually over boost, it'll eventually want to crack somewhere, and the aluminum obviously is going to be the weak link. So you'll wonder why you're not getting the boost. Well, you'll have a crack somewhere, and then you have to tear the whole car apart and rebuild this shit just to crack it again. So if I put the little flex there, that will take the abuse, and the bands on there will hold the boost in, and it can shake. This will be like a shock absorber for everything. And longevity wise, you won't have no material breakdown as far as cracks or something in the weak spot. This thing could want to crack where it's welded, or crack in the flat of the actual intercooler. This just absorbs all that vibration. But when things are that tight, sometimes it's hard to fit this in.
It's kind of like a motor mount versus like,
Yeah,
a solid mount.
So now if I put the motor on solid mounts, then this wouldn't shake as much or anything.
Yeah.
And that is an option, but we're past that point. It's on rubber mounts, takes the vibration out of the car and everything. Is it a race car? No, it's not a race car. It's going to be a high-end fit and finish race car. But we want the drivability and the luxury comforts. You know, when the motor's mounted solid, you get more vibration through the whole car, which creates noise, which creates screws coming loose, different things. So trying to avoid all of that, you want to isolate everything by putting it on rubber. Take your car amplifiers and you mount them on rubber. Your MSD box gets mounted on rubber. Everything gets mounted on rubber to take the vibrations out. Vibrations will kill things. So we put the motor solid, then we're going to full race car mode as far as fit and finish and drivability and all that, and that's what we're trying to stay away from. It's going to look like a mean beast, but drive and sound quality of a Mercedes. So I need to make these fit and work. These two come together, and this piece here is obviously too long. So there's a smaller one. Got all the shit.
What are those pipes on the bottom?
Those are wastegates.
Wastegates?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so the wastegates are down there, and then you're going to be putting the blow-off valves up here, to fork off.
All right, get down in there. So the wastegate catches too much pressure, it opens up and lets bypass the turbo back in the head. That's when you're really going to get the groceries. That brother thing shrank up though.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more build videos like this, help us out by liking, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. And it's a little thing to do, but don't forget to turn on those notifications. If you want to buy merch, go to store.classiccarstudio.com. See you next time.